football.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Sport Report, another Shield of Dreams production brought to you by Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority. I'm Conrad Negron.
And I'm Alex Negron.
What's happening, Alex?
There's a lot going on. It's December.
It's December. It's silly season. It's really great that our show, look, we're already promoted. We got our Christmas show coming next Tuesday, which is Christmas Day. Isn't it weird that Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve happen to be on a Monday, and obviously Tuesday is New Year's Day and Christmas Day.
Yeah. And my birthday happens to fall on a Thursday.
That's just way too far over that. I remember a few years ago I defeated you in golf on your birthday.
I forgot.
I was champion for like a couple hours. One of the greatest upsets in golf history. But it is silly season.
My fault. I brought it up.
I know you brought it up. It's your birthday. I just tell people what happens on their birthdays. Mine's in September. The NFL. Let's talk the NFL real quick. The Chargers and the Chiefs. Chargers came down. Chiefs looked like they had them, and then they go for two. And I talked to Coach Miller about this. Setting the defense and how the defensive backs misread the way the receivers, they call him, he's got number one, you've got number two, and I've got number three. Mm-hmm. Well, you took number three when you should have been taking number two, and their guy just camping in. He was
wide open.
I don't even know if I didn't even see any Chiefs in the house.
15 yards away. It was a great play.
Come on, what do they do? The extra
close the
point
door.
for?
They won. It was awesome.
Yeah, two-pointer because it reminded me. We're talking about going back. The Coyotes and the San Diego Bulldogs played the championship game, and we're gonna show the infamous coin toss, which Amy Zimmer from NBC News in Palm Springs did, and we won that game. But again, 15-14 was and they didn't make the 2-point conversion.
No,
which I was shocked. Let's see if we got that helicopter going. Everybody check this out. Is that too much?
I was waiting for her to go out and stand on the what do you call those? The rails.
That's the skid. It's called the skid.
The skid.
Yeah, the skid landing. It's called the skid, but I call it the landing gear.
Yeah.
But you couldn't set it out there. It was just really, everybody was going crazy because we had the video. Coach's wife was shot some of that video that was in the pressure in the helicopter is a lot more than you think it is, and they were running doors off. Yeah. When we went up that last time with Joyride,
you wanted the doors on.
I wanted the doors on.
I wanted them
for your safety. For your safety, I didn't want your first helicopter ride to scare you with no doors. Now I went in Joyride's other helicopter, which was a little smaller. We went doors off. It's loud and it's cold, and but I'd like to thank Joyride again for. Hey, look at helicopter aviation's not cheap,
right?
You just don't put $2 worth of gas in that.
It was a great effect for everybody too, seeing the helicopter hovering over the 50-yard line. So it was a cool experience.
What do you going back? I mean, here we are at the end of the year. What was it? What do you remember most about this last football season with the SoCal Coyotes?
I would say that the two games with the California Bulldogs, the first game was one of the most exciting games to watch that we did win 22-15, I believe it was, or 18 or something like that.
And it was 18,
it went down to the last play, a Hail Mary. It was just totally exciting calling the game.
Yeah.
And then to do the championship game and have the same situation going down to the last play. Just two great, solid games. Those probably were the two best that I could think of.
I'd have a hard time finding anything different. other than our first game, which was sad, is that when Michael Carls tore his ACL, he went down running, and so that kind of set the tone for the season, which was not good. But the Coyotes came through. Coach Miller coached his way with a bunch of rookies. I think we had 7 rookies, and then we had a few guys in the championship game. Dominic Houghton's first championship game as a quarterback threw that bomb to exact play I remember is that play.
Yeah.
And,
one other thing I took notice of was the first game that we had. Ticket proceeds were going to the Ronald McDonald House, and there was probably 500-600 people there. You looked out the booth, and you're going, "Wow, look how many people are here." That was encouraging. And then the support of the fans throughout the year grew from previous years. And even the loudness of the fans of the championship game
they were screaming,
just electric.
I mean, we had the windows open, and you could hear the people in our mics. Usually, we don't hear that, or it's too cold to open the windows.
Yeah,
but not for you.
Not for me.
We even had fans coming to practice this year.
Wow!
And we had, of course, again a shout out to NBC Palm Springs, Gino Lamont and Amy Zimmer. Cover those Coyotes. I mean, we had the helicopter, Joyride, Christopher Cheek, and Ivan. Unbelievable. We had so much fun in the helicopter. We went to get some coverage for pickleball, which we did on the show. That was one thing we did that was really fun. We had some fans. They're waving at us, and we interviewed a few different people. We even got kicked off center court because they said ESPN had the rights, and I just said, sue me. I mean, you can sue the Sport Report. Now, you better not say that because then they'll blame the coach. Whenever something bad happens, he gets blamed for it. So, sorry, Coach. I didn't say that, but I was thinking it.
But you shouldn't have pushed her down the stairs.
I shouldn't have pushed her. I didn't push her. I kicked her. I wasn't trying to kick you. I kicked your phone. But what else? Now, I also really enjoyed interviewing a halftime of the championship game, Joel Williams, commissioner of DFI. He's bigger than both you and I standing next to each other, and we're both not small.
Yeah, he's
because I'm in training to get back into shape for next year, but he's a massive man. That's a tight end.
No, he's not a tight end. He's a guard or a tackle.
Well, he played tight end in the NFL.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did. He played at Notre Dame.
I mean, he's a big guy, but you don't look at him and say, that guy's fast.
I mean, that guy is massive. I invite everybody to.
He was an impressive figure.
Yeah, and it's just a beautiful human being, and having the opportunity to get to know him better. I've known him now for a couple of years. The stories. I mean, I could have interviewed him for another hour, talking about rivals in high school. Dan Marino, out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania high school. I don't know the name of the high school off the top of my head. But a friend of mine went to high school and played with Dan Marino on his high school team, legend in high school. But he said about playing catch and warming up with, because he did play with the Dolphins and all those great Dolphin teams, and he was showing how Marino and I've learned this, and I know you're learning more of spending time at Coyote practices, but learning the run and shoot, which is the offense that we're running, and Michael Carls is. The first disciple, youngest generation of disciples under Mouse Davis, the legend Mouse Davis, teaching how to read the safeties off, and us, the quarterback, knowing I'm going to make the last decision. I will beat you if I can get my guy into the zone. So you learned a lot more about the integral part of football.
Yeah.
It's not just go long or pitch.
And once you do it, when you're watching it on TV, also you're looking like I was looking at the Cleveland Browns, Baker Mayfield, just how he's progressed. I mean, he's got an arm and a great quarterback, but he's getting smarter. And you're looking at just how you see how their eyes are going and just reading the defenses and calling audibles. And that was one of the best things about watching Peyton Manning. Obviously,
that guy called an audible on an audible.
Yeah.
But again, if you look at somebody like Peyton Manning, John Elway, I mean, Tom Brady, regardless of how much you love or hate him, he's not the biggest, strongest, fastest guy on the field, but he's the smartest, and he knows what you're going to do next. Yeah. And anyway, but we're talking about pro football. The Patriots are 9-5. Do you remember the Dolphins' last play? They did the The laterals that went, I go back to, what was it, Stanford and California. Cal. Elway played for Stanford, and they did the laterals.
Yeah.
I think there were at least 3 or 4. And then
And then he ran into the trombone player.
Then he ran into the trombone. Well, the trombone player really ran on to came up.
Yeah, he came up thinking the game was over. That was
he was
classic.
He was backing up, and the guy ran into him. That was a long time ago. I think I was like maybe 3 or 4 when that happened. But no, the Dolphins. But the thing is, people know this who are fans and understand the players. Gronkowski was put in for the fact that they're going to throw a Hail Mary and Gronkowski can jump as a defensive back and make the catch. Well, he couldn't make the tackle because he fell. He's not ready for that.
Yeah, it was unbelievable play. The play of the year, definitely.
It's got to be the play of the year. And then let's talk about my Rams. What the heck are they doing?
They sure haven't shown it the last 2 weeks, that's for sure. It was disappointing to see them lose two weeks in a row.
Well, they're losing to playoff caliber teams, but the Saints have 2 running backs. The Rams only have 1. I think Gurley might be getting. I love that guy. I think they'll bounce back. You can't win every game, but New Orleans is going to be tough to go down to New Orleans and beat them in their house.
Rams record, what are they? 11-3.
11-3. I think they're 11-3.
Chargers 11-3.
Chargers
Chiefs 11-3.
Yeah, the Raiders lost. They're 2-11.
Raiders. There's a story there. Going to Vegas, supposed to be next year. City of Oakland is suing the Raiders because they're leaving, and rumor has it they're going to be the StubHub Raiders in San Diego coming this year.
I didn't hear that. Really?
Well, I made that up, but StubHub Raiders, who knows? They may be playing down here or at Qualcomm. Rumor has it they might go down to San Diego for the year.
Well, I don't think their Las Vegas stadium will be ready yet.
No, it's not supposed to. Well, it's supposed to be next year.
The following year, not
the following year.
Yeah, the following 2020.
Yeah.
So that I don't see the Raiders. Well, they left Oakland before. They went to Los Angeles. Then they left Los Angeles. They took money from Irwindale, if you remember that. People know over off the 210 freeway. It's an old mining where, it's
gravel pits.
Gravel pits that are like, they've already dug the stadium.
Yeah.
So that was.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was. I think Irwindale actually gave them money. It wasn't taxpayer money or anything like that. Let's take a look. Al, I put some highlights up, some basketball highlights, both girls and boys basketball, and then I'm going to have you give us some of the statistics for this last couple months of high school football, high school basketball. Check out some of these shots. The girls have a couple shots, and I'm not calling traveling. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. I was going to say we're going to give you a review of the fall stars, the top athletes, the Desert Sun top athletes for fall sports.
Hey, we're back. Sport Report. Alex Negron, Conrad Negron, your host every Tuesday. Get ready to tune in. We're not going dark on Christmas. We're working hard. We got a Christmas show planned, so you better be ready.
I'll be up.
You better be ready.
I'll be up. I'll be up at 4:30 unwrapping presents.
That's unwrapping presents. I'm going to get you what I got you last year.
Okay.
Al, you got some statistics that I think everybody's got to hear. There were some great athletes. We'll talk about the Ironman last, okay?
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the traffic from Ironman, which stirred up a lot of controversy. But
yeah.
What do you got? You got a couple of great athletes from Palm Desert.
Yeah, these are the six, not all from Palm Desert, but these are the 6 top athletes, actually 7, for the fall of 2018. I'm going to start with the Desert Sun football MVP, Jordan Garcia of Palm Desert.
Yeah.
Sets a single season record of an unbelievable 2,319 yards and 29 touchdowns. That was just an
Palm Desert.
performance.
They got upset. I can't believe the NFL 1,500 yards is pretty good.
Yeah,
2,000 is Eric Dickerson, OJ territory.
Yeah.
What else?
Okay, then we got Golden Heinichin of Xavier Prep, I hope I pronounced the name right, in volleyball, was the leading scorer for an undefeated season.
Wow, that's right. Their undefeated season.
Yeah. We have Emmy Von Scher of La Quinta Cross Country, who was a freshman and won the Desert Empire League race by 40 seconds.
Whoa.
And in another race, she beat the second-place runner by over a minute. So that is impressive speed.
That's impressive. You know what, Al? Let's take a quick break. We got a couple sponsors to show you. Everybody stay with us. We'll be right back. We've got some unbelievable stats that you probably just don't even believe even happened. I can't believe that girl. All right, Sport Report out here at Joyride Palm Springs. Christopher Cheek, wow, we just had a great ride to the valley.
No problem.
What's happening?
Not much. Taking people up to Big Bear, so you guys could go up to Big Bear, get you there in like 15 minutes, zip line for 2 to 3 hours, have lunch at the Peppercorn, bring you back home within 12 minutes. Another fun adventure is we'll take you out to Lake Paris, and you can try your thing at skydiving. We land the same place that Tom Cruise learned how to parachute. We'll land you there. You do parachuting for the day. We've been taking a lot of people up to the winery, land them in the parking lot Temecula, spend a day at the winery, then we'll come back and pick you up VIP. So our next big adventure that we're working on is a landing pad out at Joshua Tree. So right next to Joshua Tree, about 100 yards away from the gate, we'll land the helicopter for you and your guests. We just bought a brand new Mercedes Sprinter van, holds 12 people. We'll take you for a tour of the park, have lunch maybe at Pappy and Harriet's. Back here, back on the casinos, gambling, shopping, whatever you want to do.
We can joyride all over. Hey, welcome back to the Sport Report. Another Shield of Dreams production brought to you by the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority. Alex, what else you got? You had the top 6 or 7 athletes in the Valley.
Yeah,
what do you got next?
7. We have Asahi Bravo from Indio High School in cross country. He was the top runner sending Indio to the state meet. We have an outstanding year this girl had, knowing because I followed it. Caroline Wales of Palm Desert Golf led Palm Desert to 21 consecutive undefeated league seasons and won the Desert Empire League title and advanced to CIF regionals.
Wow, where they did lose. They finally did lose.
And they battled. She battled between her teammate Avalon Woodward, who just had a great year also, and it could have gone both ways, but Caroline won it. We have Shekinah Defon of Palm Springs Tennis, won the Desert Empire League crown and not losing a single match.
Wow, there's some great players out here in this. Tennis is pretty big in these schools. It's pretty competitive.
Yeah. You could have had that on me, but I did beat you.
No, I don't think so.
I did that one time. I was the champion for a few hours. Back at you, Holmes. Okay, and finally, Justin Wickstrand of Xavier Prep Water Polo was the star goaltender and for the Desert League champions. So we had a lot of great performances.
That's, water polo. We both played water polo. The goalie is a tough position because, you got to kind of, tread and then come up. You're getting your chest out of the water.
What they're saying is his wingspan. Apparently, he gets up with the wingspan blocking, so he minimized the size of the goal.
Well, water polo, I played water polo, and we did pretty well in high school. And then I saw the Olympic water polo players. They were bigger than Jake Sheffield. I mean, those guys are,
and float.
These guys were massive. I mean, 6'5", 6'6" from Finland and Germany and all those. I stayed with baseball, but it's a little bit safer. Okay, they had the Ironman first time, La Quinta Indian Wells, and they had the swim at Lake Cahuilla. They got the bike ride and then the run, but there were some traffic issues. I had a couple people that I don't think they did. La Quinta did a great job. It's a tough event, but they had streets blocked off for hours with no athletes on the road, and some people couldn't get home. So there was
people stranded trying to get home or leave home or go somewhere that were out there for 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate knowing that I didn't want to go east of Washington, and apparently they had closed 111 in El Dorado, and just made it really, really tough for the residents. The council people of La Quinta and the mayor, Linda Evans, and the city manager all, did a nice apology, which is fine. But they're bringing it back for 2019 and 20, and just hope that they
we had planned. We couldn't get Joyride that day, but we both decided we're not going to drive. We don't want to get stuck. We couldn't get in or out of there, so hopefully they'll do it. But who won the Ironman?
This is interesting. The person who won was from Canada. His name was Lionel Sanders, and he was an overall time of 3 hours, 45 minutes, and 59 seconds. Wow. Now, to break it down, because you have a 1.5 mile swim, which he did
80-degree water
in 50-degree weather. And he did that in 26 minutes and 41 seconds. I don't even stay in a jacuzzi that long. He rode the bike in 2 hours and 4 minutes and 23 seconds, which was 56 miles.
I don't even like to drive that far.
And he ran it in 1 hour and 11 minutes and 1 second, which is 13 miles. And that is why I don't enter Ironmans or half Ironmans.
You're tired announcing it. Yeah. So they plan on bringing it back. Any other Ironman stuff?
No.
I think it's great. I mean, I think it's great for the Valley. It's good for sports tourism, which the Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority are working very hard at building the stadium. Hopefully have some great news this coming year as we enter 2019. Okay, where were you? I know exactly where I was in 1999, okay, when I forgot to play that song.
Yeah. By Prince.
By Prince. Can't believe Prince is gone. But I was with my son, and we were in Orange County, and we were at the grocery store on New Year's Eve. And, they had talked about all food, everything was just going to go crazy. And my son at the time was 9, I think. And he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, Dad, so all of this will be gone tomorrow?" And it was like so funny that a 9-year-old at the time, 1999, 20 years ago. All
the numbers going back to zero, ruining computers. I remember, stocking up on water and canned food just for the heck of it. But I remember having a little friends over at my house and ready. I had all my kids there ready for, when the world ends, I'm going to party like it's 1999.
Well, nothing I don't think ever really dramatic happened. I know. Mom told me that the end of the world is my birth date, 9/9/99. Think about that. That didn't work very well. But so what's your Christmas wishes this year? Before we sign off,
peace, love, and understanding.
Okay, that's good. Be
love, share love, love.
Oh gosh, you're hilarious. You know what? Mine is peace, love, and joy. I think I'd love wish everybody Merry Christmas. I would like to just take a moment. Our pastor at the Bridge, Chuck Woolley, lost his bride of 57 years this last week, Wanda, and so our thoughts and prayers are with him today. 57 years of marriage. He loved her, and he's done so much for the community. Pastoring out here in this Coachella Valley now for over 40 years, so it's a sad time of year. But she was struggling, both physically and mentally from her illnesses, and it's to have him, taking care of her, and she fell a little while ago, and then her ribs broke because when they were, trying to give her, resuscitate her. So it's a crazy world at this time of year, but my blessings and prayers are out to him. Al, we'll be back on Christmas Day. I've got some fun stuff happening. I do believe in Santa Claus. I think if you don't believe in Santa Claus, you get underwear.
Well, you go through your stages in life where you believe in Santa Claus, you look like Santa Claus, and then you are Santa Claus.
Well, we're going to see about that. I think Santa Claus is paying us a visit next week. I got the Joyride's going to bring him in and land us here at the studio where we're going to do out some Christmas wishes, and then we're going to talk to some of the Coyotes players and staff, and we'll have a Christmas party on Christmas Day next week. So be early.
I'll be early.
For Alex Negron, I'm Conrad Negron with the Sport Report every Tuesday. The Shield of Dreams production brought to you by Coachella Sports and Entertainment Stadium Authority. Stay with us. See you on Christmas.
Have a blessed holiday season, please, and be safe.